Welcome back, my friends. My name is Eric. This is Mellowseven Gaming, and we're here with Shorty to play a little Football Manager 2019 with Kaiserslautern. And I'm going to move my mic just a little bit more, maybe something like, I don't know, like this. You'd think it had been in the same place the last couple videos, it probably would be fine. But anyway, yeah, we are almost done with the transfer window. We are through the January break. Transfer window is up in a couple of days. We are done dealing. And we only made one major change. Let's go ahead and take a look at the transfers, if I can find them here somewhere. Transfer history. We let a bunch of people go. Some of these are, €7 deal fee on that one for Said Mahanovic. Henrik Zook, this is the big money signing right there. We finally got an offer in from Bochum for him. We let him go for $450, which is about half price. Lucas Gottwald left. He was, just a little bit older, wasn't ever going to really develop anything we could use. And so we went ahead and sold him. And Hassan Kolak is out on loan to help his development. We also released a few more players. There's 3 more there, and there's one that is going to be sold or released. Probably released because he keeps turning down the contract offers that he's getting from other players. So, players out. Players in. We brought in Marius Mueller as a goalkeeper. Marius is, according to my coaches, about half a star better than Jonathan Huth is. However, the real difference is we have traded distribution for aerial reach and goal stopping. And we've also lost a fair chunk of composure. If we do a quick comparison with Yannick, there he is. You'll see there, this is the big one right there, is just composure. Physicals are pretty equal, except for jumping reach is 17, which is obviously a bonus for Mueller. And all of that adds to much better aerial reach. He's got better command of area and slightly better communication. And he's not as eccentric, but we lose a little bit of first touch. Handling's actually a little bit better, but kicking is much worse. One-on-one's a skosh better, but passing is a fair amount worse, as is throwing. So kicking, throwing, and passing, we took a hit on, as well as composure, but we've got better aerial reach, and better one-on-one. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully that will work. We knocked Bear Grylls down to the Kaiserslautern 2 team. We now have 2 goalkeepers per each team. So 2 with the under-19s, 2 with Kaiserslautern 2, and 2 here with us. So we'll see, and we've got some potential on the way up. We'll see what type of potential it is. We also brought in Firkin Dag here. We've brought him in on a free, mostly just because he's a youngster and he was free, and he has a fair amount of upside. And so for free, I said, what the heck? He was interested in something, so we've brought him in. He's 18 years old. He's on the under-19 team right now. We'll see how he does. It was worth the price. Price of admission in this case. There were a number of other players we tried to bring in. Unfortunately, something is horribly broke with young transfers because we have a bunch of 16-year-olds who will not be able to play with us this year and probably aren't going to be able to play with us next year, but they were demanding that they be something higher than the hot prospect. They wanted playing time. They wanted appearance fees. They wanted all that sort of stuff. And they kept turning us down because we wouldn't guarantee them playing time. We can't guarantee them playing time. They can't start with us in our league. They're 16 years old. And while they had potential, they had probably Bundesliga 2 potential. We're not talking this was break the bank wonder kids here. We're talking good players for depth for us for the future that would be homegrown, that in theory should be able to step in as a backup if nothing else. Nobody that I thought was just going to be amazing. And nobody their parent clubs thought were going to be amazing either, because these were players that we were offering, anywhere from 50 to 300,000 for. I don't even think we paid 350. I think 150 was the highest we paid or we offered. So not spectacular. They just wouldn't sign without stupid promises. So we didn't make them. And that's that. We are back today, even though the transfer window is not quite up, because we are going to play Eintracht Braunschweig, and we need revenge. What have you missed? I don't remember where we let off. Did we see one of these? Well, if we didn't, we had a 2-1 home win over Stuttgart. I really don't remember what our last game was. We'll just look at December here. 3-1 over 1860 Munich, one of our rare good games. It was away, and I don't remember a whole lot about it because it was a very long time ago. In hours of the day, Beata obviously got injured. Bonda, Beata, and Menig all got goals in that one. Yeah, is what it is. Followed that up with a 2-1 win over Stuttgart at home. 29,000 people showed up for that one. Sternberg got one just after halftime, and Stefaniak, got one in the 88th minute to just kind of seal the deal. We played pretty well across the board. There's a lot of sevens in there. Then Darmstadt, we had a little bit of a letdown. 1-0 against. They got a goal early. There's no sevens there. We didn't really do a whole lot. And then we went into our friendlies. Friendlies went pretty well. I would think we just had the one loss. I rotated heavily who the starters were as we went through. Like one time I just picked all the youngest players that we were going to play. One time I picked all the players that I thought had the highest, we sorted them by potential and we just played and then we just kind of from there, we just picked whoever was the least tired essentially. And we just rotated through the friendlies that way. Everybody got some play time. And then once we had our new goalkeeper around about here, we've just tossed him in and let him play because he didn't have any match fitness to get him ready. So, it worked okay. We still need to get goals out of Virgiliu, Postolaki. He hasn't done crap for us all season, and he's still not doing anything for us. He started this match right here too. So coming out of the friendlies, we played against Holstein Kiel. It was an away match, and we played okay. We edged it. We probably deserve a 2-1. We didn't play great, but they played a little bit worse. So take that for what it's worth. Stefaniak got a really nice goal. Bonda hit one from just outside the arc, and Stefaniak hit one from a little bit farther off to, well, I guess it would have been the left side of the field, but he went right side in the goal. So he hit his a little bit farther, but only really long shots. We didn't really threaten with anything up close. But we hit two of them, so that's what matters. We did give up the goal on a half chance, and I think that's it. I think that's it. I think this one, I don't remember. Chances-wise, we still haven't been great. In fact, we can look at tactics and analysis and formations, and this 4-4-1-1, which is mostly what we've been playing. Actually, well, that's the last 50 matches. Let's go down to, say, the last 20 matches. Not too bad. It hasn't worked well against higher-rated teams, but everybody else, it's been okay. But, we can give up 4 goals on one chance. So hopefully that's going to be finished, although the very first goal that our new goalkeeper let in a meaningful match was a weak shot. It was a half chance, but it was a pretty weak shot. So, yeah, take that for what it's worth. Otherwise, I guess we stay away from this. No, yeah, we stay away from the 4-4-2 now because that hasn't worked for us at all this season. We gave up 4 against smaller rated teams. So, all right. Let's play a match. We have some revenge against Eintracht Braunschweig. We are in 6th place at the moment, by the way. I think that's with the match in hand on some of those. We could conceivably finish 4th. The top 3 or 4 players are, I guess the top 3 teams are really good. Then there's a bunch of us kind of around 31 points, I think. Do it for the fans. Yeah, it doesn't work. Soccer players don't care about fans. Danny Menig, he wanted a new contract, and I asked him to wait till after the season. He didn't want to do that. But he was on just ridiculously stupid low wages. So we gave him a new contract. So he's happy. Let's do a quick pause here and take a look at league table. We do not have, well, this We do not have a match in hand. In fact, we're a match behind. But you can see ours has just started with a tie right now, so no, I guess that gives us 1 point. So there's a few teams here, 30, 31 points. Everybody here is just, Augsburg's running away with it. Wolfsburg and St. Pauli are just fighting for the automatic promotion. And the rest of us are slowly trailing behind. You can see that goal differential-wise, Jan Regensburg has a positive goal differential, but everything from 6th place on down has a 0 or negative goal differential. That tells you how lopsided this top bit is. Oh well. Is what it is. They're edging on possession right now. Let's see if we get a goal here. I'm thinking about knocking us back down to cautious. Sternberg, edge of the box, tries to feed it in, but doesn't actually try. He just kicks it at the player in front of him. Maybe just trying to injure him. I'm not really sure. It clearly wasn't a good chance. Did that count as a half chance? I couldn't tell. I didn't notice. No, it counted as a clear-cut chance. We saved it. I mean, that's something. You know, in the past, we haven't stopped non-chances, so we'll take it. Gokin's on a yellow already. We did sign some more contracts. We went through, like I said, we sold or released a few players. We had a bunch of our better potential players we signed new contracts to just to lock them up. The player on our youth team that they keep trying to make silly things, the latest bid was 1.1 million. He's 16. I'll hang on to him. I don't think the bids are going down. And next year he could play for us. In fact, he was 17, so I actually had him up on the senior squad for the friendlies. But he turned 17 too late. So much for that aerial reach. He's there. He just didn't jump up. He jumped sideways. Anyway, it wouldn't let him start for us. I tried. He was ineligible. He's just a little bit too young. So next year we'll have him up here. They already say he's like our third best mid center, so he will be a starter for us next season most likely, or at least a primary backup. Come on, why don't you take the ball away from him while it sat there in front? There we go. Good job, Cruiser. John, we had like 3 people. Supposedly this was fixed, all the players gathering around each other, but Miles doesn't have a very good reputation when it comes to actually fixing stuff he tells you are fixed for SI. So in this case, we're still all grouping around the ball. Like 9-year-olds, you know, their first game. Everybody chase the ball. This is one age problem I have with our goalkeeper. He just wants to boot it long. We'll pass, and maybe it gets passed back to him, and then he just boots it as hard as he can. There's nobody up there. There's nobody even close to it. Thiessen making a run down the right side. We do have people in the middle, but they have people back too. Oh, Stefaniak is there. Yes! Beautiful cross across to Huth. Beautiful. I said beautiful a couple times. It was a great cross in. It was a great shot all the way across from Thiessen to see it happen. He sees the open guy, gets it over. Stefaniak doesn't have to stop too much. Foot on it, settle it down, feeds it across to Huth, who's charging in the middle. There we go. 1-1. That'll be great. Take us into halftime with that goal. Now we need to come out and do a little bit more work in the second half, hopefully, and finish this off, because we need a win. This is a bad team that, for whatever reason, we just cannot compete with. Yeah, take revenge. Hell yeah. I don't know why we didn't do that to begin with. I talked about it. I don't know why we didn't give that speech. Tactics. Let's see how we're playing. We got some... I had a 6-5 there for Bonda. Well, you know what? How's Fleet? He's doing okay. Let's put Bergman in. Actually, let's do it this way. Let's move Bonda up. Let's put Bergman in here. We'll take out Julius Biata. Gokin's on a yellow, so let's go ahead and bring in Isaac. Bialik, I didn't sub him, didn't put him on the sub time this time, give him a match off, and I thought we'd get Isaac in. I wasn't actually planning on putting him in at half, but defensively, he's might be our best defensive player, even though he doesn't get in very often because everything else is garbage. But just from a straight defensive standpoint, and he works hard. One of my favorite players of the save so far, even if we haven't seen a lot of him. He's just very... Mueller. Comes off the top bar, rolls down his back. He just stands there and watches it come off the post. Something else Miles promised us was fixed in this patch. They were supposed to react to things coming off the post. However, they do not. The only thing I've seen that's actually fixed that was promised to be fixed was back passes. I haven't noticed any back passes go in lately. We're going to go attacking. Copper's excited about something. Tactics. Put in Danny. Slide Huth over. Put Danny up. What footed is he? Left-footed. Right-footed. Oh, let's just do it this way. Where is it? Neither of these have a long shot, right? 4. Oh. Fine. We'll do. I guess that puts their strong foot in the middle. Let's go for that. So we can go attacking. We'll go 2 up top. And we'll see if we can get this extra goal. I do not know why we can't... Come on, Stefaniak. You have to do something. There you go. He just stands there with the ball. Thiessen! Oh, Thiessen, that was it. We needed that. All right, we make the save. We make the change. Tactically, we make the change. I just don't know why we can't play with this team. They're not good. Was he offsides? Oh, thank God. Yeah, a bit. Van Moore. All right, we're going to throw in. We actually threw it to our own player. That's half the battle right there. Bergman up to Menig. Menig sees Huth on the outside. Huth watches the guy slide to the ground and then runs into it. Like, it didn't even look like the player got there with the slide. It looked like we just tripped over him. Man, they had 2. I don't even think they showed us this one, did they? Kaiser, Menig. Must have been really offsides if it didn't. Oh, there we go. That's why we put him in there, and that's why he signed that big new contract. 2 clear-cut chances aside. We've got a few more long shots. Cruiser, Bergman, Menig. Couple touches. I'm not sure. I'm assuming that's Huth that fell down. Mm-hmm. Oh, come on, stop him. Oh, it's a good thing he missed, because apparently our new superstar goalkeeper is got some of the same problems. Bergman. Raffia. Come on, Cruiser. Couple steps up, it got deflected up, but Bergman's there. Oh, Bergman puts first of the season. And the assist by Danny, he comes in and makes an instant difference. This may be what we're playing going forward. Cruiser sees it, takes a couple steps, unable to beat his guy, though. Little deflection back, Benning to Bergman around and in, just outside the box. Apparently, that's the only place we can score goals. We will take it, though. That puts us up 3-2. 10 minutes left. They're challenging, though. Still 2 clear-cut chances aside. Interesting. Okay. Bestie back there. Frangelo. Out to John. Bootson's out there. He manages to put it down. Just kind of feeds it in. I don't know what Cruiser was thinking. That was really bad. And they ended up getting a shot off of it. He should have just let that thing roll out. All right. Nils gets his 5th yellow. Feeds it in. Gikovits, I guess. Again, why are we heading it to them? Just let it fall. Just let it fall and then play it. I mean, is it just because we're bad at heading we just see that there's a chance to get some practice? Because that's terrible. The mic's still off screen. Okay. Head it in. Thorson. Oh, there we go. Kick that away. Clear it. I mean, there's nobody around. Just let the ball fall and then control it and pass it where you want. Don't just head it in a random direction. There was a good head. Menig up to Bergman. Bergman a couple steps back to Raffia. Decides to find Menig again. We got people on the left. We got people everywhere. Huth into Raffia. Raffia feeds it up to Stefaniak. Oh, we get the deflection off the post and Menig puts it away. An actual goal scored from it. Oh, it's offsides. And, yep, he's offsides. That's a lot of disallowed goals in this game. 3 disallowed goals. We've had 3 clear-cut chances to their 2, but they had a half chance, so fairly even as far as that goes. Bialik just boots it to nobody. I mean, maybe he just couldn't decide who he wanted it to, so he split the difference. Gikovits. There's no L in there. It looks like an L on this font for me, but I know it's not there. Mueller, again, just boots it up. Nobody home. We need to tell him he's not allowed to do that anymore. Oh, we got a lucky deflection. Raffia controls. Feeds it back to Izik, the one player on the squad that we really want, who has worse passing than our goalkeeper. And that's that. That was just key highlights, guys. That was a lot of highlights. We got to win despite our goalkeeper. We appreciate their efforts. I think that's fine. Wow, that was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. And that's kind of the beginning of the second half here. As you can see, we've got Augsburg next, Sandhusen, all the same stuff. I'm going to play probably a bunch before we come back. We're probably sitting in this 7th to 4th place. Come from behind. Check it on Gokun Ghoul. A lot of disallowed goals. No, I mean, I think we earned our goal. I think we were the better team. I don't want to say, what are you moaning about? Huh. Apparently he said we deserve far more than that. Yeah, no, I mean, he got a goal on a goalkeeper error. You know, and that's the only reason it was close. So I think we're fair to just kind of go with that. And that's that. Bundesliga. Oh, let's take a look. Hold on. Competitions. Our under 19 team, by the way, is finally out of the relegation zone. They're like here. They have not had a good season. Yeah, you know, I think it's fair to say we're just going to kind of sit in here somewhere. We're expected to be top half. I think probably above 9th is fair. You know, we've got a 10-point lead so far over Darmstadt after the first half. Excuse me. Braunschweig has done a little bit better, but still, you know, still not a great team. So we'll see how it goes. And wow, reputation has been dropping a bit. Thanks for watching, guys. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you next time. Cheers.